Have you ever wondered why there aren't any bridges in Sicily? Seems rather odd, doesn't it? It's almost like there's something fishy going on, and if you think so, you're both right and wrong. Let's break it down a bit. You see, for thousands of years, yes, thousands, the ancient Romans have been trying to build bridges in Sicily. It's particularly Italy to Sicily. The idea isn't new. In fact, it goes all the way back to 111 CE. Now, fast forward to modern times. Sicily has 5 million people. Italy is a wealthy, developed nation, and we've built bridges in far crazier places. So the question is why, after countless proposals, political promises, and billions thrown at studies, does no bridge exist in Sicily? Great question, because if you think about it, Sicily is incredibly close to the Italian mainland, just 3.1 kilometers or 1.9 miles across the Strait of Messina. For comparison, that's shorter than the Golden Gate Bridge and way shorter than the massive bridges in China and Japan. So at first glance, building a bridge seems like a no-brainer. So again, why is there no bridge yet? Well, let's get into it. First off, the Strait of Messina isn't just deep, it's insanely deep. Over 250 meters and 820 feet in some areas. That's deeper than the height of the Eiffel Tower. Try drilling pylons into that, and you'll end up questioning all your life choices. On top of all that, Italy sits at the crossroads of two major tectonic plates, the African and the Eurasian. And guess what? The Strait of Messina is one of the most seismically active areas in the country. Now this is where things get a bit scary. There have been massive earthquakes here, including the 1908 Messina earthquake, which not only leveled the city but also triggered a tsunami. But it's not only the waves you should be worried about. The Strait of Messina is also infamous for its ferocious winds, some of the strongest in the Mediterranean. Gusts can reach speeds of 100 kilometers per hour or more, making stability a serious problem for any massive structure. Need proof? Just look at what happens when bridges aren't built to handle wind properly. 1. The Tacoma Narrows Bridge, 1940, USA. A suspension bridge that twisted so violently in the wind, it collapsed in spectacular fashion just 4 months after opening. 2. The Humber Bridge, UK. This bridge had to be retrofit with massive weight dampers because wind caused excessive swaying, making driving across it a nerve-wracking experience. Now imagine a 2.5-mile-long suspension bridge over the Strait of Messina, where the winds can be even stronger. Even with state-of-the-art engineering, a structure of that size would be constantly at risk of swaying, shaking, or worse. The strait isn't just windy, it also has some of the most unpredictable water currents in the world. The tide changes multiple times a day, creating powerful whirlpools and waves that make navigation tricky for even experienced sailors. Historically, sailors feared this passage so much that the ancient Greeks mythologized it, calling it the home of Scylla and Charybdis, two legendary sea monsters that would swallow entire ships. While we now know it's just science, the reality is still brutal. The strong, shifting currents make it dangerous for bridge pylons and construction equipment. High waves and unpredictable tides mean constant maintenance, assuming the bridge can even withstand decades of this abuse. Ferries and ships passing underneath could be at risk of colliding with bridge supports due to sudden water shifts. If this bridge ever got built, one major concern would be how much it moves. Suspension bridges naturally sway, but in a high wind zone like the Strait of Messina, it could become a white-knuckle driving experience. Picture yourself halfway across and suddenly, a powerful gust hits. The bridge starts swaying, your car veers slightly, and for a terrifying moment, you wonder if today's the day you make an unplanned trip into the Mediterranean. Now, imagine spending billions on a bridge only for Mother Nature to decide she's tired of seeing a bridge and shifts it a little to the left or into the sea. I guess what we're trying to say here is the water is basically out to get you. The currents in the Strait of Messina are no joke. They switch directions multiple times a day, creating whirlpools and making navigation a nightmare. You know why this is? Well, let's get a little creepy. Turns out ancient Greeks blamed the whirlpools on Scylla and Charybdis, two legendary sea monsters that would devour ships. Okay, maybe that's a little far-fetched. So what does actual science say? Well, it's just a natural phenomenon, but if you're an engineer trying to build a stable bridge, it might as well be a mythological curse. But speaking of curses, there's no bigger curse on this non-existent bridge than the curse of politics. You see, every few years, like clockwork, some ambitious politician dusts off the "let's build a bridge to Sicily" script and delivers it with Oscar-worthy confidence. It's the ultimate crowd pleaser. Imagine the economic boost, the tourism, the jobs. Cue applause. Billions have been pledged, and feasibility studies. Oh, there have been plenty. So many that you could probably stack the reports high enough to be the bridge. Committees have been formed, contracts discussed, and yet nothing. Every single time, the idea fizzles out, and Sicily is left exactly where it started, across the water, connected only by ferries and broken promises. But there's another issue, and it's gonna sound like it's straight from a movie. The Mafia. Get this. The Mafia's grip on Sicily's construction industry is no conspiracy theory. It's a documented reality. Historically, organized crime has infiltrated nearly every major public works project in the region, and there's no reason to believe a multi-billion-euro bridge would be any different. But you don't have to take my word for it. A prime example is the Mafia's control over the concrete industry. You see, in the past, Sicilian crime syndicates have been caught using substandard materials in government-funded projects, cutting costs while pocketing the difference. There have been cases where bridges and buildings had to be demolished because they were literally crumbling due to weak concrete. If a Messina bridge ever did get built under Mafia influence, let's just say you'd be wise to avoid driving on it during high winds. That's terrible, right? Oh, there's more. There's also the Palermo-Messina Highway incident example. Construction began in 1969 and was supposed to be completed quickly. Instead, thanks to Mafia infiltration, it took nearly 30 years. The project was plagued by delays, financial mismanagement, and extortion. Companies that refused to pay protection money mysteriously went bankrupt, and millions of euros vanished into the ether. Imagine that happening with a bridge spanning one of the most seismically unstable straits in the world. It's also no secret that Mafia clans routinely win public works contracts through intimidation, bribery, or outright threats. Investigations have revealed that even legitimate construction firms often have to pay a percentage of their earnings to criminal organizations just to operate in Sicily. In some cases, companies that tried to build projects without cooperating found their machinery burned, employees threatened, or contracts revoked. Now imagine a project as ambitious and expensive as the Strait of Messina Bridge. Billions of euros in contracts, thousands of workers. The perfect playground for kickbacks, embezzlement, and extortion. Even if the bridge made it past the planning stage, there's a high chance the money would evaporate long before the final beam was placed. At this point, you might be thinking, if building a bridge is such a logistical nightmare, why not just stick with ferries? Great question, because that's exactly what Italy has been doing for centuries. Currently, ferries shuttle thousands of passengers, cars, and freight across the Strait of Messina every day. They're not perfect. There are delays, long wait times, and occasional strikes, but they get the job done. It's a 20-minute ride, and you don't have to worry about a suspension bridge swaying in the wind or Mafia-controlled construction projects. Of course, if you're in a hurry, ferry travel can be frustrating. Long lines, cancellations due to bad weather, and the general chaos of boarding can make you wish for a faster alternative. Which brings us to proposed alternatives that never happened. Over the years, different ideas have been floated, pun intended, as alternatives to a bridge, an underwater tunnel, similar to the Channel Tunnel between England and France. This would involve a rail tunnel beneath the Strait of Messina. Problem: earthquakes. Building a tunnel in an area known for violent seismic activity is just asking for trouble. Plus, the deep-sea geology makes it astronomically expensive. Mega ferries. Some have suggested investing in larger, faster ferries to handle more passengers and cars. This is actually one of the most realistic solutions. Upgrading ferry infrastructure is cheaper, safer, and avoids the insane challenges of a bridge. a floating tunnel. A futuristic idea where a tunnel would be suspended underwater rather than buried in the seabed. This has never been attempted at this scale before, so Sicily would essentially be a guinea pig for a highly experimental and risky engineering project. Teleportation? Okay, not really, but let's be honest. Given how much of a headache this bridge would be, teleportation might actually become reality before Italy figures out how to build it. But all of this talk about bridges, have we even stopped to ask, do Sicilians even want a bridge? This might be shocking. Many Sicilians don't actually want the bridge. Why? A few reasons. 1. They don't trust the government to build it properly. With decades of broken promises, corruption scandals, and wasted money, many locals assumed the project would just become a black hole for taxpayer euros. 2. Fear of Mafia involvement. As mentioned earlier, locals know how big projects tend to go in Sicily, and it's not pretty. 3. They're doing just fine without it. Ferries may be inconvenient, but they work. And for some, the idea of being permanently connected to mainland Italy isn't that appealing. So there you have it. Next time you wonder why there aren't bridges in Sicily, now you know.